For years, the world watched the Philippines face a growing challenge at sea, often alone. But behind closed-door meetings and quiet diplomatic notes, a massive deal has been struck, one that China desperately did not want the world to see. If you stay until the end of this video, you will understand why this deal is the reason China is now secretly panicking about its next move. Welcome back to Philippines Uncovered. First, before we dive into the details, I want to know where you are watching from. Drop your country or city in the comments right now and let the world know where the Filipino community is watching from. Now let's peel back the layers of a geopolitical maneuver that is rewriting Asia's defense strategy overnight. The news is confirmed. Japan's Ministry of Defense is preparing to transfer a fleet of 6 powerful Abukuma-class destroyer escorts to the Philippines. This is the single biggest naval boost the Philippines has received in a generation. But this deal is historic for a deeper reason. It required Japan to navigate its own complex post-World War II pacifist constitution. For a long time, exporting military vessels was impossible, but Tokyo found the loophole. By calling it a joint development and modernization project, they can legally transfer the ships. The secret is not the ships themselves, but the extraordinary lengths Japan is going to ensure the Philippines can stand firm. What do 6 Abukuma-class vessels mean for the Philippine Navy? Everything. The Abukuma-class are not just patrol ships. They are anti-submarine and anti-surface warfare platforms. They are large, around 2,000 tons, and carry advanced torpedo systems and naval guns. They were specifically designed to defend Japan's vital sea lines. The transfer effectively adds 12,000 tons of defensive blue water capacity to the Philippine fleet. This solves the Philippines' single biggest military weakness: the lack of deep-sea, blue water capability to patrol the vast West Philippine Sea. These vessels are battle-tested and instantly upgrade the Navy's ability to track submarines, a major threat in any South China Sea conflict, defend territorial waters, projecting power further from the coast than ever before, coordinate with allies. They are compatible with US and Japanese naval systems, locking Manila into a much stronger security architecture. This is a strategic power play. Japan is not giving the Philippines a coast guard. It is giving them 6 true naval warships. The third point is the geopolitical significance. This is a clear signal to the world, and specifically to China. The Philippines is no longer alone. Tokyo and Manila are forming a quasi-alliance centered on containing regional aggression. This deal follows the activation of the Reciprocal Access Agreement, RAA, a pact that allows their troops to train on each other's soil. These 6 ships are the military manifestation of that new friendship. For Japan, the Philippines is the crucial southern anchor of the First Island chain. A stable, militarily capable Philippine Navy helps protect Japan's critical shipping lanes that run right through the South China Sea. Japan is investing in its own security by investing in the Philippines. This shift, funded by Japan's new Official Security Assistance (OSA) program, confirms that the region's democratic allies are pooling their resources to create a unified front. The age of Manila being isolated is officially over. So, how is Beijing reacting to this massive transfer? You might expect outright fury and aggressive action. But the response has been more unexpected and strategically muted. While China's state media will issue strong condemnations about foreign interference, the real impact is in the long game. 1. Deterrence is working. The transfer of real warships raises the cost of any aggressive action. China knows that any confrontation now involves forces highly compatible with Japan and the United States. 2. The economic trap. Beijing's most damaging response might be economic pressure, but the Philippines' own economic growth and its strong ties with the US, Japan, and the EU make it far more resilient now than a decade ago. The transfer of these 6 warships is far more than a simple military transaction. It is, first and foremost, a profound psychological victory for Manila. It signals, unequivocally, that the balance of naval power is slowly, strategically, beginning to shift away from Beijing's absolute dominance in the disputed waters. The Philippines has played its hand with geopolitical shrewdness, and its most powerful regional allies are now backing that bet with world-class military hardware. For decades, the strategic equation in the West Philippine Sea was simple: a massive, overwhelming Chinese military presence versus a small, lightly armed Philippine Coast Guard and Navy. This deal shatters that equation. Every one of these 6 Abukuma-class vessels represents a risk the other side must now calculate. It shifts the tactical risk of confrontation squarely onto the aggressor, creating a crucial moment of pause and strategic doubt in Beijing's calculus. This is the new age of deterrence, built not on abstract promises, but on tangible steel sent across the sea. Historically, the Philippines was almost singularly reliant on the United States for security guarantees. But this deal with Japan showcases a completely different and arguably more powerful dynamic, a true regional partnership. This new axis between Manila and Tokyo, two crucial democracies in Asia, demonstrates an agile, self-reliant defense strategy that is diversifying Philippine security and maximizing its strategic leverage. The rise of the Philippines is happening not just through its vibrant economy, but through the strategic alliances that are fundamentally redefining its defense capabilities and its place in the world. This Japan deal is a seminal moment in history. It is a clear blueprint for how smaller nations can leverage diplomacy and strategic necessity to achieve military resilience when facing a regional giant. It tells the world that the era of simple bilateral dependence is over. The future is built on multilateral cooperation. But this profound gesture by Tokyo is not based purely on benevolence. It compels us to ask the ultimate question here at Philippines Uncovered. What do you think is the real, core reason Japan is going to such extraordinary lengths to supply Manila? Is this move purely a matter of regional security? A simple response to common aggression that threatens both their territories? Without a doubt, the security imperative is strong. Japan knows that if the Philippines falls under total pressure, its own sea lanes and defense perimeter are next. This is a matter of immediate self-preservation, with Manila serving as a crucial strategic buffer for the entire Indo-Pacific architecture. Yet, we must look deeper at the economic motive. Japan is an island nation whose entire survival relies on maritime trade. The shipping lanes that cut through the South China Sea are the economic aorta of Japan. This is a trillion-dollar economic artery that cannot be choked. By strengthening the Philippines, Japan is securing its own future commercial flow. This makes the transfer of the 6 warships not just a military decision, but a vast long-term economic insurance policy for Tokyo. It secures future access to the Philippines' market and resources, while guaranteeing the freedom of navigation that its economy requires to function. The deal is a calculated strategic investment in economic stability disguised as military aid. Furthermore, this deal sends a powerful signal to the rest of the ASEAN community, countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia, who face similar maritime challenges. It shows that collective defense against powerful regional actors is possible through strategic, high-level technical partnerships. This could accelerate a broader regional defense consolidation against external pressures. The 6 ships, therefore, are not just defending the Philippines. They are pioneering a new model of defense cooperation for all of Southeast Asia. This is the complexity of modern geopolitics. The Japan deal is a powerful handshake between 2 nations, rooted in a shared democratic future and a mutual need for maritime security. We want to hear your analysis. Do you see this as a true victory for Philippine defense and genuine friendship? Or is this primarily a calculated strategic move by Japan to safeguard its own commerce, positioning the Philippines as its frontline defense? Dive deep into the analysis and tell us what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single comment to understand the pulse of our community. If you found this deep dive valuable and want more videos that uncover the truth behind the headlines, please hit the like button right now. It takes 1 second, but it helps us reach millions more Filipinos around the world. And don't forget to subscribe to Philippines Uncovered so you don't miss our next expose.